Hi, it's Paul Wolf from howtoplaybassdotcom here. Today we're going to have a quick tutorial on the most requested song I get on how to play, and that's Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Fairly straightforward bass line. Okay, with Billie Jean, the main thing that you've got to do is the bass riff is so distinctive and so well known that you have to make sure you learn it, get it nailed, and be able to play it consistently through the song. If you're ever in a live scenario and you're playing this and there's no keyboard doubling the bass line, if you drop out, the whole song falls apart. So for a beginner, for someone who's not played for a length of time, the challenge here is to master the riff, which is not too hard. It's not the most difficult riff in the world, but to master it, get it in steady eighth note time, and there's a little subtle difference which we'll come on to between the first section of it, which is in F sharp, and the second section, which is in B. Get it in time, master it, and then be able to play it and be on it and on the money all the way through the song. That's the big challenge here. Okay, let's look at the main riff in F sharp first. I'll play it through slowly without the metronome. We'll bring the metronome on in a sec. Here are the notes. And those notes are F sharp, which is the second fret of the E string, then up to C sharp, which is the fourth fret of the A string, then up to E, which is the second fret of the D string, then up to F sharp, the octave, which is the fourth fret of the D string, back to E at the second fret of the D string, back to C sharp, fourth fret of the A string, B, second fret of the A string, finish on C sharp. Okay, I'm going to play with the metronome. Got my handy little Tascam bass trainer with this built-in metronome. Metronome set to 95. The actual song is about 115, so it's a little slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the first part of the that's the main riff. Goes through the verses and the choruses. The thing you've got to watch to get it feeling right is, although they're all eighth notes, with the first riff, what you need to do is make them a bit more staccato. So as well as playing the notes, you have to use the fingers of your left hand that are fretting the notes to just make those notes more staccato. And if you do it slowly to start with, and literally all you do, if you don't know how to do it, is just take your finger off the note, keep it touching the string so it mutes the string, but take it away from the fretboard so the note's no longer sounding. Rather than... And that can be quite a tricky coordination challenge to start with. So literally just set a metronome and do it really slowly. Make sure your hands are getting used to it. And then you can bring a metronome in a bit faster, take it up to tempo. And now you can't see when you get it up to sort of performance tempo. You can't see that my fingers are coming off and doing that, but you can hear it, because if I was sustaining it, it would sound like this instead of. So that space between each note is quite an important thing. Now from there, it modulates up to B. Okay, and there's a little variation the second time through. So the first time through it's B, which is the second fret of the A string, F sharp, fourth fret of the D string, A, second fret of the G string, and then that note's B, which is the octave, and that's the fourth fret of the G string, and then you back down to F sharp, fourth fret of the D string, E, second fret of the D string, back to F sharp, the fourth fret of the D string again. But the second time through, plays that same pattern, then it goes F sharp, E, and down to C sharp, which is the fourth fret of the A string, which leads back, it's quite a strong lead back to the F sharp, the basic riff again. So I put the metronome on and play the two runs through the riff in B, 2, 3, 4. And then you back to F sharp. Now, you may not have noticed, the section in B, the feel is not so staccato. If it was staccato, it would sound like this. But it's more what's called legato. The notes flow more into each other. And then you're back to the riff in F sharp. Okay, the pre-chorus is an 8-bar section. I'll play it with the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, turn the metronome off. So the first 2 bars repeat 3 times. So that's the pattern really slowly. The notes are D, which is 5th fret of the A string. Then you've got E, F, and up to F sharp. That's 2nd, 3rd and 4th frets of the D string. Now you can hammer the F, the note in the middle of that, or you can play it depending on your preferred fingerings and your finger techniques. And then the second bar of that pattern is, which is the F sharp, the 4th fret of the D string, down to the low F sharp, 2nd fret of the E string, and then the last 8th note is A, 5th fret of the E string, which takes you back to the start of the pattern D. Now the variations, the last 2 bars, which is okay, and those start with D again, and that note's G sharp, which is the 4th fret of the E string, and then you've got a bar of C sharps, 4th fret of the A string. And what I like to do on those C sharps is to make them staccato again, as it helps with the build-up back to the verse. So those are the basic sections of the tune. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a PDF report, which will be available to download if you're subscribed to my e-zine, which you'll find a subscription box on every page of my website. So head over there and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and on the welcome page you'll find a link to the tutorial with the music so that you can see all those fret locations and you see it written out and get all the rhythms.